country, the history of freedom is born of resistance. We are doing our patriotic duty. Right, wrong, or indifferent, we are doing our patriotic duty to resist. So nobody can tell you you're a bad person for being here, or you don't think that people deserve to live, because you resist. It's what we do. So why are we here today? Well, we're here to fight for freedom. I've got some notes that are going to keep me on track. So forgive my use of notes. This can't become a numbers discussion. There's so much information out there. This is the percent of people dying. This is the percent of people getting infected. This is the infection rate over here. This is the infection rate over there. This is not a numbers discussion because it's irrelevant. It is irrelevant how many people are getting infected. It's irrelevant where they're getting infected. It's irrelevant how they're getting infected. This is about freedom. So I'm not here to talk numbers. And I don't want any of you to ever get sucked into the numbers discussion, because as good and as accurate as your numbers are, there's somebody that has equally accurate and equally good numbers and believes them as wholeheartedly as you do. And that doesn't make them a bad person. That just means they have different information than you do. So what's the point of arguing numbers? Who's going to win that? Nobody. They're going to believe their numbers because they're legit. You're going to believe your numbers because they're legit. This is not about numbers. It's about freedom. This isn't about masks. This isn't about wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Well, this is why masks work. And this is my proof that masks don't work. We have so many scientists, brilliant minds that say masks work. Roger, I believe them. We have so many brilliant scientists that say masks don't work. Roger, I believe them. They'll go back and forth. Has anybody, this is a rhetorical question, has anybody seen a Facebook discussion end in somebody saying, you're right, masks don't work? It doesn't happen, right? This can't become about masks. This is about freedom. It's not about masks working or not working. This is about freedom. This isn't about left or right. This isn't Democrat. This isn't Republican. This isn't conservative. This isn't liberal. This is not a political statement. This isn't a political fight. This is freedom. Freedom is not political. Freedom is embraced by those on the left, those in the center, those on the right. Freedom may look a little different to people, but we all can agree that freedom is important. So don't get sucked into left wing, right wing, Democrat, Republican. This is about freedom. Amen. That's what this is about. The government can't pick winners and losers. You know, if the government really had the best intentions in mind, if they just wanted to solve this thing, they would do a shutdown for real. Like they do a damn shutdown. Banks shut down, grocery stores shut down, corporate America shut down, government shut down. They would lock it down. Who would argue with that? Who would argue that if we were all in the same playing field? I wouldn't have to pay my mortgage because the banks are locked down. Like everybody shut down. Hey, I could agree with that. I could say, hey, good to go. I get it. We got to stop for 2 weeks. 14 days to flatten the curve. We all stop for 14 days. Government stops drawing its paycheck. We stop paying our taxes, right? Banks shut down. Mortgages don't get collected. Great. I guess you should have learned to hunt and gather back in the day instead of relying on Walmart, because that's what it's going to boil down to for about. I'm okay with that. But they won't do that. They won't do that. They're picking winners and losers. They're saying corporate America gets to thrive. Oh, the government bureaucrats get to thrive. They're drawing theirs. They're getting theirs. But the working man and woman, we don't get to earn. They're picking winners and losers. That happens in communist countries. That's where it happens. It doesn't happen in America. It doesn't happen in the America that I let my kids grow up in. They're picking winners and losers, and that can't happen. You'll probably recognize these guys, or maybe some of you won't. I'll tell you who they are. That's your New York State Liquor Authority right there. Commissioner Greeley Ford, Commissioner Vincent Bradley, and Commissioner Lily Fay. They make $160,000 a year. That's what they're getting paid, $160,000. Their paychecks haven't stopped. They're earning. How many bars, restaurants, and venues right now are not earning? How many people have they shut down?
Hundreds.
Hundreds. How many people are hurt? How many people in this room are hurting right now because of the SLA? Yeah. Untold numbers of people are hurting right now, but they're drawing their pay. Here's the part that you need to understand. This is taken from their footage. This isn't photoshopped. This isn't fake. You can go to their website. This is from their internal camera footage. September 20th, 2020. No mask. No mask. No mask. No mask. No mask. Unless her arms, now she looks to be about 5'5", unless she has 3 foot 6 inch arms, they're within 6 feet of each other. She's breathing on his head. So all of it, and this is one day. Are you telling me that this was an isolated incident? This was just the one day they chose not to wear masks. This was just the one day they walked within 6 feet of each other. You know what they're doing in this meeting? By their own admission? You know what they're doing? They're writing fines. They're deciding who's paying fines and by how much. And right when this picture was taken, they had just got done levying a $1,300 fine. You know what they levied that fine for? A bar operating, their employees operating without masks. That, my friends,
is
what we're up
hypocrisy.
against, and that's why we're here.
Hypocrisy.
They have lost the moral authority to tell us what we're going to do. They lost. They are not going to get that back. They lost. I can't find their contact information. Lily Fay, Greeley Ford, and Vincent. Do anybody remember his name? Vincent Bradley. But there's their secretary's office. There's their phone number. You can certainly start flooding them with some comments. They are, like all bureaucrats, parasites. That's what they do. Now listen. Now I'm sure somebody's going to take my comment out of context. I'm sure. Oh, he called bureaucrats parasites. He's a bad person. He's calling names. Let's look at the definition of a parasite.
About what?
I will paraphrase. Parasite is somebody that benefits off their host body without any benefit in return.
Yeah, that's perfect.
The SLA, bureaucrats, that's what they do. They're not earners, they're not creating anything. They're not creating an atmosphere for somebody to enjoy with their friends and family. They're not creating a service. They're not fixing a car. They're not getting people into shape. They're taking, and they're doing that while they live off your dime, while they're not following their rules. They're the haves, you're the have-nots. They know better. It doesn't apply to them. It doesn't affect them. You know, these jackasses, they actually addressed this picture. They had the gall to say comparing this to a bar is ridiculous. Somehow, this is different than in a bar. You know why? Because it's them. Because they're still earning the income. You're not able to earn, and that's just the way it is. The haves and the have-nots. So, I want you to visit them. We've got to fight these guys. We've got to fight the government. We've got to fight the SLA. And I know what you're thinking. Especially my restaurant owners out there. Restaurant owners, venue owners, bar owners. I know what you're up against. You're thinking to yourself, well, Jesus Christ, man, I'm going to lose my liquor license. Yep. You're going to lose your liquor license. So let me talk a little bit about this. Why do I think I should be up here? I don't have a liquor license. I don't need to operate with a liquor license, you know. So why can I ask you to put it on the line? Like, this isn't easy to talk about. This isn't easy for me to say. Why can I ask you to do this? Because I put my life on the line 3 times. I'm not saying, I don't want a single person to say thank you. I don't need thank you. I don't want to hear about it. That's not why anybody serves the damn country and fights for their country. I fought for this country for freedom. I did it 3 times. I put my life on the line 3 times. I lost count of the number of ambushes that I went through and how many goddamn IEDs blasted past my damn truck. And I got to watch my buddies shot through the guts. I got tired of watching Iraqis with holes in their damn head and the life bleed out of their freaking eyeballs. 3 times. So that's why I'm saying to you, put it on the line. I put my life, I know you're putting your career on the line. You're putting your income on the line. I get that. That doesn't go lightly on me. I put my damn life on the line 3 times. I'm not saying this to say, hey, thank me or kiss my ass or I'm special. I'm just telling you, my brothers and sisters, I feel for you. I get it. I know it's at stake. It's our lives at stake. It's our livelihoods at stake. I get it. I've been there. This is a slippery slope that we're on. When you cook a frog, you put it in lukewarm water. It'll sit there all day. You turn up the heat. It'll never leave the pan. And pretty soon it's dead. This is what's happening. They are taking little by little. First it was a mask for 10 days. Then it was just stay away. Then it was just let's limit some businesses. Now they're completely controlling our lives. They're taking our kids out of school. They're separating us. They have the gall to tell us not to spend time with our family or to say that we can't spend time with our family. They have the nerve to say that. They're turning up the heat. They want us to be frogs in the water, happy, until we get cooked and it's going to be too late. I'll give you an example of that. Last year, there was a bill introduced in the assembly, and it didn't get very far. This bill, so in 2019, it was a bill that would have taken away the ability to remain off the register if you got a vaccination. So when you get a vaccination, you're 19 or older, it was your choice whether or not you went on the registry, yes, I got the vaccination, or no, didn't get the vaccination. So it was protecting our HIPAA rights, right? And that bill got defeated. It didn't even get close to being passed because nobody was interested in taking away that medical freedom. That didn't make it. So guess what Governor Cuomo did? So for all my folks that are like, oh, it's never going to happen. Listen, Robbie's a bit crazy. They're not trying to take away his rights. Guess what Governor Cuomo did? Well, he passed Executive Order 202.82. Anybody know what that does? It takes away your right to say, I don't want to be on the list. So if you go ahead and get that corona vaccination, guess what? You automatically get the gold star and you're now put on the registry. Well, once again, you're probably thinking, what's the big deal of that? How about your HIPAA rights? How about your choice for medical freedom? How about it's your body and you get to decide what information the government tracks from you? For my folks that believe this is a conspiracy theory, listen, I don't think the aliens are coming down anytime soon. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is fact. A bill that the people said they don't want, that was defeated legislatively the way our state constitution says it should be done, never made it to the floor for voting. The governor decided he knew better and said, screw you, I'm passing it. That's what this is about. So when people ask me, well, don't you care about corona? Of course I care about that. Of course we all care about that. This is about freedom. This is about freedom, not being the frog in the damn pan and the heat getting turned up until it's too late. So, I'm going to get to that in a second. I know what I'm asking. I'm asking people to put their lives, their livelihoods on the line. Now, my livelihood is on the line. I guarantee you, Gail Burstein, Poland Cars, I guarantee they're coming again. Bring it. I have no problem with that. I have faced far fiercer adversaries overseas numerous times, and I'm still here. I promise you, I'm happy to face them down. Gail apparently thought I made a mistake. She thought I accidentally tore that letter up when she sent me that. When she gave me that fine, that $15,000 fine, Gail thought I made a mistake. So she was really kind. And she gave me another one. She mailed it again. She's like, here, we're placing charges against you. And just in case you're a sheep and you want to agree to those charges and just plead guilty, don't send me cash, but you can send a check for $15,000. I thought that was I really appreciated that. These are some of the things that she's saying. Ooh, I'm being charged with a non-essential gathering of approximately 40 persons. And during a non-essential gathering, the business owner didn't force people to wear masks. Well, I'm here, and you're all here, to enjoy our First Amendment right to peaceably assemble and discuss how we are going to redress grievances with the government. So she doesn't get to charge me. So just in the event that Gail Burstein thought I was mistaken in tearing up the letter, Gail, this is for you. Here you go, Gail, this is for you. I promise you, Gail, I will never pay that fine. I will never pay that fine. That's never gonna get paid. It's not gonna get paid with GoFundMe account. It's not gonna get paid with my check. I guarantee you the controller is never gonna see a check from Athletes Unleashed. I guarantee it. That's not gonna happen.
She can pay with her overtime.
Yeah, right. So, what I want you to remember, before I ask you to join me and sign the Declaration of Reopening, this isn't a discussion like, hey, what are we doing? How do we do this? You're either stepping over the line or you're not. If you're not stepping over the line, leave. I'm not being a prick. I'm not trying to be a tough guy. I got no time for you. Like, you're either fighting or you're standing behind us. Let the big boys and the big girls take care of this.
Can I be
Leave.
the John Hancock?
If you're in, I want you to sign a Declaration of Reopening, and we're gonna pick a day. It's that simple. There's no technique. We're gonna pick a date, and we are gonna freaking open. I want you to remember something before you make this decision. There were 55 words that Thomas Jefferson was adamant were put into the Declaration of Independence. 55 words. He wouldn't back down from this. I'm going to paraphrase. I'm not smart enough, that good enough to remember this stuff. He said that, like I told you, I'm going to paraphrase. That we hold these truths to be self-evident. That all men are created equal. That we are endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights to include life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. And here's where it gets real important. That to safeguard those rights, government will be formed. The government will derive its powers, its just powers, from the governed. From the governed. So, here's what I want you to think about. The government works for us. They derive their authority from us. We do not bow to them. They derive their power from us.
Robbie?
Take the power back and sign the Declaration of Reopening. I'm done with the SLA. I'm done with the health department. I'm done with any law enforcement officer that wants to arrest me for being a law-abiding citizen that's trying to earn. I'm done. So if you're ready to be done and you're ready to take the power back from the government, sign the Declaration of Reopening. Any questions for me?
Not only your right, but
Let's do it. Step up. Who's signing first? Let's do this. Sign up and put your name on there. Put your name and your business on there. Let's do it. You got a pen, dear Lord? Did I not bring a pen? Here. You got a pen. Awesome. Hey, Russ, how are you, bro?
I'm good.
Yeah, if you got a business, help. If you got a business, put your business name on there and a phone number so I can contact you. If you're a non-business owner, I welcome you to sign up for support, please.
Good to see you. I missed you last night.
Hell yeah.
Next one. We'll have one at my house. Carlson.
$5 for 60 years last week.